Hi, and welcome to Story Time. I'm glad to be able to spend this time together with you. For me, it's been really hard to not get to see people so much because I really like seeing people and I like getting to see all of you. And I think for me, one of the very, very best parts of church is that we get to know each other and we build community and we build relationships. And so that's been kind of hard. But we can still come together in this way. And I hope that when we're able to come back together, we can do it in a safe way and a way that makes everybody feel like they can participate. So I'm going to continue today to share books that kind of talk about the idea that God's love is for everyone, for all people in all places. And so this week I'm going to do two books about faith. And so at our church, we will sometimes say that there are many paths to the top of the mountain, and the top of the mountain is God. And so there are lots of ways to get there. So if you really think about a mountain and trails and things and tops of the mountain, that there are different ways to get there. And so that is our belief, is that all these different faith traditions are a way to get to understanding God. And they're all really valuable, and that there are lots of different names for God. So you may call God there are lots of different names you could use, like the divine or Holy One or love or Allah. And those are all great. So today we're going to read the book Faith, and it is by Maya Ajmera and Magda Narkisis, and by Cynthia Pon. And they're beautiful illustrations of kids just like you, and kids who probably look just like you from all over the world, from all faith traditions. So, for example, here is a picture to start out with, and it's a Buddhist novice meditating in a monastery in the country of Burma. And so these are from all over the world, but in our country, we have people who celebrate all of these faiths too. So, and just because there's a certain faith represented from a country doesn't mean that's the only faith in that country. That's just an example of somebody. So in our world, there are many faiths. So here is a Rastafarian from South Africa, a Christian from the United States, Buddhist from China, someone who's Jewish from the United States, Taoist from China, Muslim from Saudi Arabia, and Hindu from Sri Lanka. And see those beautiful faces, and those faces might look a lot like your face. We celebrate our faiths in many ways. So here are young Buddhists making an offering at a shrine in Burma. So one of the ways we celebrate our faith is that we pray. So here is a Muslim girl kneeling on a prayer mat facing Mecca. Do you see her? And here is a child in the United States, and her faith is the Sikh faith, or Sikh maybe. I think Sikh is the right pronunciation, but a Sikh child prays at her mother's side. But it's spelled S-I-K-H. We chant, we sing. A boy chants the Torah verses in the United Kingdom, so that's like England. Children sing on Mulwad al-Nabi, the birthday of the Prophet Muhammad, in Libya. Christians chant together at a Syrian Orthodox service in Turkey. I think this looks really interesting. I think it's interesting to learn about other countries and other faiths. We read our holy books. So here is someone studying the Quran. Here is someone in Kenya holding a rosary while reading the Bible in the United Kingdom. And here is a young Buddhist reading the sutras in Mongolia. And here are young Orthodox Jews studying prayer books in Israel. We listen to and we learn from others. Students at a Christian Sunday school enjoy a visit from a Buddhist monk in Sri Lanka. Listening attentively at a madrasa, or Islamic religious school in Indonesia. Children focus on the words of a priest in the United States, right here. A father teaches his son to sound the shofar at a solemn Jewish feast in the United States. I wonder if you know anyone who practices a different faith tradition from the one that you practice. We cleanse ourselves. They're performing a purifying ritual during using incense in Bolivia, baptizing a baby with holy water in Norway, preparing for prayers at a mosque in Brunei. A Hindu pilgrim bathes his child in the Ganges River in India. So we cleanse ourselves. I wonder if maybe you've seen any of these happen. I wonder if you've ever seen a baby being baptized. And if you go to a mosque, there are places where you can sort of wash up. I think you wash your feet before you go in. You wash your hands and feet. We visit holy places. So up here, Pahasapa, or the Black Hills, are sacred to the Lakota Indians in the United States. A young girl lights a candle in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which I can't pronounce even though I've been there. Sepulchre in Israel. It's a beautiful church in Israel, and it is said to be a site where Jesus died. A girl visits a mosque with her brother in Iraq. And here is gathering in front of the Bodhi tree, which is sacred to the Buddhists in India. So we visit holy places. We observe holidays in our homes or places of worship. Do you do that? Do you observe holidays in your homes or places of worship? I wonder if you celebrate Christmas or Easter. Children celebrate the Night of the Dead, or Noche de los Muertos, in Mexico. Father and son light a Hanukkah menorah in the United States. A girl celebrating Shiki Go-san, or 753, a Shinto rite of passage at a shrine in Japan, and making an offering at a Jain ritual in India. So Jain, Jain, is the name of the religion. So holidays, we celebrate holidays. We celebrate with festivals. So enjoy a Native American potlatch ceremony. Kids of different faiths celebrate Diwali with fireworks in India, celebrating Buddha's birthday in South Korea. Peeking out from under an Easter mask in Guatemala. So they celebrate Easter, but they have masks. So I wonder if it's Easter like our Easter, but it seems like it's a little bit different. That's interesting. We mark the important events in our lives. So here, acting out the story of creation during an Apache sunrise ceremony. Parsi children take part in Navajote, in the Zoroastrian ritual of initiation. In India, getting a first haircut at the age of 3 is an important tradition for some Jewish boys. In Israel, and here, ready for her first Holy Communion in the United States. So this little girl is dressed all in white, and we also celebrate First Communions, but we don't do it quite that way. So even though we are the same faith tradition, we can still do things differently within it, and that's still all okay. We show our faith through what we wear. So Muslim girls in decorative headscarves in Turkey. A Mennonite boy dressed in plain clothes in the United States. I wonder if you've ever heard of the Mennonite religion. A Hindu boy wearing a sanget, undang, a ceremonial headdress right here. A Buddhist girl with Thanaka face paint in Burma. Jain girls show off their fancy headdresses before a procession in India. A boy wears a patka, the traditional Sikh headdress for boys, in the United States. Are there any special things that we wear for our faith tradition? And through what we eat and drink, a grandfather teaches his granddaughter how to braid challah bread for the Jewish Sabbath meal in the United States. Have you ever had challah bread? Do you have any friends who are Jewish? Receiving Holy Communion from a priest in the United States. Is that something you have done, gone through communion? A Muslim family at Iftar breaking the daily fast during Ramadan in the United Kingdom. So we definitely have Muslim brothers and sisters in our town. I wonder if you know anybody. I wonder if you have anybody who is Muslim at your school. We care for those around us. Baha'i children share in the work and the harvest of the community garden in Mongolia. And we honor the lives that have sustained us. So honoring loved ones at a funeral in Israel. And here is a boy showing respect for the spirit of the seal in the shaman tradition in Russia. We respect others, making friends. A Muslim girl and her Christian best friend share a home at Concern for the Future, which serves displaced orphans in Uganda. Native American pipe carriers in traditional dress in the United States. So we build peace. We respect others, making friends, and build peace. Kids of different faiths share laughter and friendship in Sri Lanka. We give to others and we help those in need. So that's something that we all try to do. A Buddhist monk collects alms in Burma. Kids volunteer with Habitat for Humanity to build homes for others in the United States. And down here, a marabout or Islamic spiritual leader receives a gift of food. And here, neighbors helping in a Christian soup garden in the United States. We have a garden at our church. I wonder if you've ever seen it at North Campus. And a lot of the food, I think almost all of it, goes to our food pantry, Heart to Heart. So that's a really nice thing that we're able to provide fresh produce for people. Most of all, we hope. Here are Muslims in Indonesia, Hindu in the United States, Native religion in Brazil, Buddhist in Cambodia, Muslim in Gambia, and Christian in American Samoa. And here is a map of all the countries where all of those different kids live. So I'm going to kind of reread this, but I'm not going to show you all the pictures. I'm just going to read the big words. In our world, there are many faiths. We celebrate our faiths in many ways. We pray. Do you pray sometimes? We chant and sing. Do we sing sometimes? We read our holy book. What is our holy book called? The Bible, of course. We listen to and learn from others. So we definitely do that. We cleanse ourselves. And maybe we don't call it that, but for example, one of the examples is baptism. We visit holy places, like churches. We observe holidays in our homes or places of worship. We celebrate with festivals. We mark the important events in our lives. We do that. We do a lot of those things at our church. We show our faiths through what we wear and through what we eat and drink. Are there special foods that you eat on certain holidays? I wonder about that. And the lives, we care for those around us and the lives that have sustained us. We respect others, making friends and building peace. We give to others and we help those in need. Most of all, we hope. So So that is the end of the story. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you found it interesting, and I hope that maybe that will lead you to want to find out more about other faith traditions. One of the things that I think is really interesting is that if you've ever heard of the Golden Rule, which is to love other people or to treat other people the way you want to be treated, most faith traditions have something just like that. So that idea of caring for each other, of what we might say to love our neighbor, that is a consistent message through most faith traditions. So I hope you'll think about that, and I hope you'll think about how you can share peace and hope with those people around you. And I hope that you can remember that we each have a light inside of us, and that we can choose to share that light. And sometimes it's easy to forget when things don't quite go the way we want them to, that that light is there. But I hope that you remind yourself every day that you have a light and you can choose to share it. So I hope that I'll be able to see you soon.